Hi dear students, welcome to today's class. In the previous class we had discussed packing efficiency in simple cubic lattice. So that topic was actually really very important. So today we'll discuss the topic packing efficiency in HCP and CCP structures. So today we'll discuss the topic packing efficiency in HCP and CCP structures. So you know that HCP, that is hexagonal close packed structures, and CCP is cubic close packed structures. So in your textbook, it is written as for cubic close packed structures. It is also called as FCC, that is face-ended cubic close packed. So CCP structures or FCC. Fine. So if in a question, if it is asked for packing efficiency in HCP, in CCP or in FCC, you have to write the same derivation. So usually it is asked as FCC, that is packing efficiency in an FCC crystal, so FCC unit cell, then you have to write this derivation. So remember that for HCP, CCP and FCC, for all the three, the same derivation or same formula you have to write to find the packing efficiency. So we'll begin with this packing efficiency. Okay, so first in FCC you have to write it as, first you have to write number of atoms in FCC. Okay, so first we'll write number of atoms in FCC. So you know that number of atoms in FCC is 4 atoms, isn't it? So 4 is the total number of atoms in FCC. So you just have to write it as 4. Now with this number of atoms you have to write the formula for packing efficiency. So you have to write it as packing efficiency. Packing efficiency is equal to, how will you find the packing efficiency? The formula is volume of here it is 4 atoms, isn't it? So volume of 4 atoms, or you can also write it as volume of 4 spheres, because here atoms we are considering it as a sphere. So you can write it as volume of 4 spheres by total volume of the unit cell, total volume of unit cell into 100. So this is the formula of packing efficiency. Volume of 4 spheres by total volume of unit cell into 100. Okay, now we need to find a substitution here and then multiply it with 100. You will get the packing efficiency of HCP, CCP or FCC structures. Okay, so first we'll write the volume of one sphere. Okay, volume of one sphere. How will you find the volume of a sphere? Volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, isn't it? So volume of one sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then what is volume of 4 spheres? Because here you need volume of 4 spheres. So you have to write it as volume of 4 spheres. It is equal to 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So you'll get it as 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So you'll get the answer as 4 into 4, you can write it as 16 by 3 pi r cube. So this is what you are going to substitute here. That is volume of 4 spheres, you will get it as 16 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now next you need to find the volume of a unit cell. Okay, so to find the volume of a unit cell you have to draw the figure, and drawing the figure for finding the packing efficiency is very important, as I have already said. Without the figure you won't get full marks when you write packing efficiency. So figure is very important to draw for a simple cubic unit cell, or if it is a FCC or BCC, any structures, figure is very important. You have to draw the proper figure with proper marking. Okay, it should be marked properly. Where is N, where is A, everything should be marked properly. So you have to draw the figure to find the volume of a unit cell. So I have drawn the figure of a cube here. So since this is FCC, that is face-ended, one atom, that is half of the atom, will be present at its face, isn't it? Then one, the corner, another in this corner. Okay, so this is how you should draw the figure. When you draw the figure should be proper. Okay, so here one atom is present at this corner, then in the center, that is center of the face because it is FCC, then on the opposite corner. This is like opposite. Okay, so when you can just touch it, what is you can just draw a line there. Okay, now we need to mark this figure. Okay, so you know that these edges, it is taken as A, isn't it? Edges is taken as, all the edges is A. Okay, since it is a cube, you can take any number, like any letter. So I am taking it as A here. So how will you find the volume of a unit cell when it is A, edge length are A? So volume of a unit cell, will be equal to, since edge length is A, you can write it as A cube. Okay, so volume of a unit cell is A cube. Now you need to find a substitution for A. Okay, you need to get a substitution for A, and that will be from the figure. Okay, now after writing this, what you have to do is, this edge length is also A, isn't it? So this is also A. Now this point, you just take it as capital A. Okay, this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this is D. Okay, for marking A, B, C, D. Okay, now you have a line in between, isn't it? Like a diagonal is drawn here. So that line you can't take it as A, because A you have already taken as edge length. So that you can't take it as A. So that line you can mark it as B. Okay, so that you can mark it as B. So this line is B. Okay, that is small b. Now this is all about the diagram. Now what you have to do is, you have to consider triangle, that is in triangle ABC. You have to take the triangle ABC. Okay, this triangle ABC triangle. Okay, now since it is a right angled triangle, you can apply Pythagoras theorem there, that is hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus altitude square. So here hypotenuse is AC, so you can take it as AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, fine. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now you know that AC, this line is B, small b. So this AC you can write it as, or you can substitute it with B. So you'll get B square here. So B square is equal to, what is AB square? AB square is, this is AB. AB you know that it is edge length A, isn't it? So you can take it as A square plus BC. This BC is again A, because edge length all are equal. So here you can take it as A square. Okay, so B square you will get it as A square plus A square is 2A square, isn't it? A square plus A square is 2A square. Now what we need, what is our aim? We need a substitution for A, isn't it? So from this formula you need only A. Okay, you need only A. So for that you have to remove this square. Okay, to remove this square you have to root both the sides. Okay, root B square is equal to root 2A square. So root both the sides. When you root B square, when you root, you will get root B square. When you do, you will get the answer as B. Okay, so root B square you will get the answer as B is equal to, when you root 2A square, when you root it, you will get root 2, then A square and root you can cancel, you will get it as A. So it is 2 root A. Never write it as root 2A together. This is wrong. Okay, because A square and root you have already cancelled, you will get only A. So this root is only for 2. Okay, so when you write as root 2A, then that is wrong. So this is wrong. So you have to write it as only root 2 then A. Okay, so that is there. So you'll get B is equal to root 2A. Now what is our aim? We need A. So take only A from here. A is equal to, what you'll get? B by root 2. Okay, so A is equal to B by root 2. That is what you got here. Now you got it as A is equal to B by root 2. Okay, now we need to substitute. You have to do some calculations here. Okay, we need a value for B. Okay, you can just observe this figure. Okay, B here, you can see B is this line. Fine. So from this center to this end, you know it is radius of the circle, as you have already seen. And from this end to this end, or this whole, if you take, it is a diameter, but diameter we can't consider here because all the terms should be same, isn't it? That is how you can simplify a derivation. So from end to this circle, it is again another r, radius. Now this center to this end is another r, and from this end to this center is another r. So how many r are there? 1 2 3 4 r's are there, isn't it? So from A to C, that is B, this B, that is from A to C, it is 4r. So this B you can write it as 4r by root 2. Okay, you can write it as 4r by root 2. Now you need to simplify this again. Okay, now consider only this 4. Okay, consider only this 4. This 4 you can write it as 2 into 2 by root 2. Okay, just take only this 4. Okay, root 2 also you can write. So this 4 you can write it as 2 into 2. 2 into 2 will give you 4. Okay, now this 2 can I write it as root 2 into root 2. Okay, because root 2 into root 2 will give you 2. That is, root 2 into root 2 is root 2 square. You will get root 2 square, that is root 2 square, then you will get answer as 2. And this 2 again, can I write it as root 2 into root 2. Okay, so this 4 you can write it as 2 into 2, because 2 into 2 will give you 4. This 2 again simplify, that is, you will get it as root 2 into root 2. This 2 you can write it as root 2 into root 2, that is, root 2 into root 2 is 2, root 2 into root 2 2, 2 into 2 4. Okay, by root 2. Now what you can do? Cancel this root 2 and root 2. Now what is root 2 into root 2? Root 2 into root 2 is 2, isn't it? Then one more root 2 is there. So 2 root 2 you will get it here. So you can write this as, that is, 4r by root 2. You can write it as 2 root 2 r. Okay, 4r by root 2 you can write it as 2 root 2 r, because only this term if you take, you will get it as 2 root 2 r. Okay, so that is 2 root 2 r. Now what you have to do is, you know that volume of a unit cell is A cube, isn't it? A is equal to 4r by root 2, that is equal to 2 root 2 r. So A, you got the answer as 2 root 2 r. Now you need A cube. So for A cube, you need to cube this value, isn't it? So when you cube that, you will get it as 2 root 2 r the whole cube. Okay, what will be the answer? 2 cube, if you take, it is 8, isn't it? 2 cube is 8. Then root 2 cube you have to do. Root 2 cube, when you do it here, root 2 cube. Okay, so that is root 2 into root 2 into root 2. This is root 2 cube, isn't it? Root 2 into root 2 into root 2 is root 2 cube. Okay, so root 2 into root 2 is what? Root 2 is what? It is 2, isn't it? Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So you'll get 2 root 2. One root 2 is remaining, so you'll get 2 root 2, then r cube. Okay, that is root 2 cube, r cube then. So 8 into 2, you'll get 16 root 2 r cube. So this is the value of A cube. A cube is 16 root 2 r cube, and volume of 4 sphere is 16 by 3 pi r cube. Now these two values you have to substitute in packing efficiency. So packing efficiency is equal to volume of 4 spheres. Volume of 4 spheres is 16 by 3 pi r cube divided by total volume of the unit cell is 16 root 2 r cube into 100. Okay, now you need to simplify this. So r cube and r cube you can cancel. Now this you can write it as 16 into value of pi is 3.14 divided by 3 by 16 into root 2 is 1.41. Okay, 1.41 into into 100. Now if you simplify this, just 16 into 3.14 multiply divide by 3, you will get some 16.74 as the answer, 16.74. Then divided by 16 into 1.41, you will get the answer as 22.56 into 100. If you do it as into 100, simplify this, you will get the answer as 74%. So 74% is the packing efficiency of FCC, CCP or HCP structures. Okay, so this is how you find the packing efficiency of HCP and CCP or FCC structures. So this figure is very important, because from figure you are getting all other values. So okay, so these calculations if you don't write is fine, but once you get 4r by root 2, you should know it is 2 root 2. Without 2 root 2 you can't do. So this is how you do the calculation. Thank you.